what does paint truly do for a space? I mean, beyond just adding a splash of color, how profoundly does it actually transform our environments?
That's a great question to start with. You might think of it as, well, just a superficial layer, right?
Exactly.
But today, we're embarking on a deep dive into the fascinating world of paints and faux finishes. And believe me, the depths we're about to explore are anything but superficial.
I like that. And, to kick us off, we're taking a cue from the celebrated architect and industrial designer, Patricia Urquiola. She had this great quote.
Ah, yes, the one about paint being a potent tool.
That's the one. She said, while the architectural profession has for years sought ways of reconciling modern needs with the appeal of traditional designs, paint can be a potent tool, a magical elixir to bridge that divide.
And she continues, it is not just color. It is a transformative force that shapes space, molds surfaces, and breathes life into the built environment.
What's truly fascinating there is how she elevates paint. It's not just a coating, it's, well, almost alchemical, a magical elixir, bridging gaps.
Exactly. That phrase, magical elixir, and calling it a transformative force, it really captures the unexpected depth we're aiming to uncover today.
So for this deep dive, our sources are incredibly rich. They span, centuries of innovation and artistry?
Absolutely. We're going to peel back the layers on, well, everything. From the ancient origins of paint, its intricate chemical composition.
How it's applied by skilled artisans, the common pitfalls, those defects you might encounter.
Right, and the incredible artistry behind faux finishes, all the way through to the cutting edge of modern sustainable practices. It's quite a journey.
Our mission today, then, is to distill the most important nuggets of knowledge from this vast ocean of information.
Essentially, yeah. We want to give you a true shortcut to being well-informed about how paints and faux finishes profoundly shape our built environment.
We'll unearth some surprising facts, offer practical insights you might not have considered.
And connect the dots between, say, ancient historical use, the underlying science, and practical application in design today.
And understanding this stuff isn't just for architects or designers, right?
Not at all. It's crucial for anyone interested in the spaces they inhabit or even just, sprucing up their home.
So as we dive in, I guess the question for you listening is, have you ever really stopped to consider just how much artistry, science, and sheer human ingenuity goes into that seemingly simple coat of paint on your wall?
It's far more than just what meets the eye, that's for sure.
Okay, let's start by really grasping the pivotal role paints and faux finishes play, especially in interior and furniture design.
Right. They're not just decorative afterthoughts, are they? They are incredibly versatile tools.
Tools that give designers and homeowners too immense power for creative expression and functional enhancement as well.
Their significance lies deeply in their innate ability to completely transform a surface, to craft a specific atmosphere.
And to fundamentally contribute to the overall aesthetic appeal, the emotional impact of any space.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, paint, in its essence, is a primary medium for manipulating not just color, obviously, but also texture and pattern within an environment.
Think about it, yeah. A velvety smooth, matte finish absorbs light, right? It creates a serene, almost contemplative feeling. Makes a room feel like a cozy cocoon.
Exactly. Conversely, a high-gloss finish bounces light around like crazy. It can make a space feel vibrant, expansive, even luxurious. It's really about shaping light and perception.
And it's not just about what paint can do visually. We need to talk about the remarkable practical solutions that faux finishes offer.
Oh, absolutely. These are brilliant, cost-effective alternatives for achieving those high-end looks without the high-end price tag or the maintenance demands of the real materials.
Okay, think about wanting the opulent look of a marble countertop, but wow, not the marble price tag.
Faux finish to the rescue. A skilled artist can deliver that exact aesthetic, often for a fraction of the cost. It really makes luxury accessible.
Or replicating the rich, warm, textured appearance of natural wood grain, without the expense, the weight, or the long-term upkeep of real timber.
It's all about creating stunning illusions that deliver on aesthetic aspirations.
So together, these two elements, paints and faux finishes, they form an integral, almost indispensable part of any designer's toolkit.
Absolutely. They unlock endless possibilities, allowing for the crafting of interiors and furnishings that are not just visually appealing, but truly unique, deeply personal, perfectly tailored to a specific vision.
That sheer versatility and transformative power, that's what makes them such potent forces in the built environment.
Okay, let's peel back the layers and journey through time now. because the history of paints and faux finishes is, well, it's an absolutely fascinating epic.
It really is. It's a journey that intricately intertwines humanity's earliest artistic expression, incredible technological advancements, and of course, the continuous evolution of interior design itself.
And it's not just about what changed, but why it changed. How these changes profoundly reflected the societies that created them.
What's truly illuminating here is how this historical evolution showcases humanity's continuous, almost primal desire to beautify and protect our spaces.
It's like a mirror, isn't it? Reflecting broader societal changes, cultural shifts, technological leaps.
From the earliest uses of simple natural pigments,
Right, to the sophisticated synthetic paints we formulate today, and the artistic mimicry of expensive materials through ingenious faux finishes.
these elements have been crucial in shaping both the aesthetic and functional aspects of our built world across millennia.
And it all begins way, way back. In the prehistoric period, we're talking ancient civilizations long before written history.
Archaeological evidence, particularly from cave paintings, suggests that early humans were ingeniously mixing natural pigments.
Yeah, using readily available materials like animal fats, blood, various types of clay, plant extracts.
Vibrant ochre, dark charcoal, stuff they found around them.
And these mixtures weren't just for decoration. They likely served a dual purpose, also acting as rudimentary attempts at protecting the rock surfaces.
So making them both art and a primitive form of preservation. It highlights that even then, paint wasn't just pretty, it was practical.
Moving forward into the grand ancient civilizations, the Mesopotamians, Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, we see a significant leap in sophistication.
They began using more refined and diverse pigments for decorative wall paintings. Not just in tombs and temples, but increasingly in homes and public buildings, too.
They utilized a wider array of minerals, exotic plant dyes, various animal-based ingredients for elaborate interior decoration.
And these paintings held profound religious and aesthetic importance, right? Seamlessly blending artistic expression with practical applications, creating environments rich with symbolism and beauty.
Then we hit classical antiquity, an era vibrant with innovation. Particularly in Greek and Roman interiors, we witnessed the widespread use of incredibly vibrant frescoes and elaborate murals.
This clearly showcased paint as a primary medium for high artistic expression, but it was also still very much used to protect and enhance building surfaces.
Absolutely. Just think of the vivid details from excavated sites like Pompeii. Examples like the cubiculum from the Villa of P. Fannius Sinister.
Or the atrium and adjacent rooms in a Greek oikos home. They reveal how paint was everywhere, rich with meaning, integral to defining the character of a space, bringing gods, heroes, nature indoors.
As we transition into the medieval period, roughly 5th to 15th century, interiors became rich tapestries of color and narrative.
Adorned with painted murals, intricately illuminated manuscripts, various decorative elements. Frescoes on walls, especially within churches, became commonplace.
And paint was crucial for conveying complex religious narratives to a largely illiterate populace, acting as visual sermons, essentially.
In castles and manors, you'd find painted heraldic motifs, intricate designs, vibrant patterns, demonstrating how ornamental wall paintings continue to gain popularity.
For both aesthetic enhancement and crucial storytelling, often reinforcing familial or regional identity.
The Renaissance, spanning roughly the 14th to the 17th century, saw a massive resurgence of classical art techniques, and these profoundly influenced interior design.
This is where paint was brilliantly employed to create truly illusionistic frescoes techniques that played with perspective to trick the eye.
Like quadrature, where painted architectural elements create the illusion of extended space.
Exactly, or di sotto in su, literally from below looking up, where a flat ceiling transformed into a dizzying open sky with angels or soaring figures.
And this is also when we see trompe-l'oeil effects really take off.
Trompe-l'oeil.
Yeah.
For those unfamiliar, it quite literally means to trick the eye.
It creates the astonishing illusion of three-dimensional objects or spaces on a completely flat surface, a true testament to the power of paint to defy reality.
What's truly groundbreaking in the Renaissance, particularly in the 15th century, was a technological leap. The introduction of oil paints.
Right, the Flemish painters were pioneers here.
They were at the forefront, pioneering the use of oil-based pigments. This allowed for incredibly vibrant and enduring colors, offering a depth and richness previously unattainable.
It was a game changer, really, eventually influencing interior decoration by allowing for much more elaborate, durable, and nuanced painted surfaces.
And importantly, this is also when those clever decorative deceptions, faux finishes, truly started to emerge and gain traction.
Yes, exactly. Decorative finishes like greening, which artfully mimicked the swirling patterns of wood.
And marbling, reproducing the elegant veins of marble. They were introduced then.
Their purpose was brilliantly simple: replicate the appearance of costly natural materials like exotic woods or rare stones.
Offering a much more cost-effective alternative for enhancing interior surfaces, whether in grand medieval castles or opulent Renaissance palaces.
It made a sense of luxury accessible to a wider, though still elite, segment of society. Grandeur through ingenious imitation.
The 18th century, encompassing the flamboyant Rococo and the more restrained neoclassical periods, further cemented these decorative techniques.
Rococo, with its playful and ornate style, saw widespread adoption of techniques like marbling and trompe-l'oeil, specifically designed to create illusions of materials and 3D effects on walls, furniture.
We even see the development of specific, highly prized finishes like scagliola marbling, a very high-quality, intricate imitation considered an art form in itself.
But then, with the neoclassical movement within the same century, there was a pivot towards simplicity and elegance, a reaction against Rococo's excess.
Right. Paint was now used to mimic classical architectural elements, focusing on proportion and symmetry to achieve balance and harmony.
Interestingly, elaborate faux finishes, including trompe-l'oeil, still remained popular, but they were reined in, applied with a more disciplined classical aesthetic, emphasizing clean lines and understated grandeur.
Moving into the 19th century and the sprawling Victorian era, we witnessed a renewed exuberance in interior decoration.
Decorative paint techniques like intricate stenciling and meticulous hand painting were extensively utilized, embellishing every conceivable surface: furniture, walls, architectural details.
This period enthusiastically embraced elaborate and ornate interior designs, where prominent stenciling, a diverse array of faux finishes, and the bold use of multiple paint colors were central to the aesthetic.
Reflecting the era's eclectic, opulent, and often maximalist style.
And those faux finishes, particularly marbling and wood graining, experienced a massive resurgence during the Victorian period.
Again, it was all about that clever, economical way to mimic truly luxurious materials in those grand Victorian interiors.
Making an appearance of opulence achievable for a burgeoning middle class, while still retaining their status symbol for the truly wealthy. Illusion on a grand scale.
Then comes a fascinating counterpoint. The arts and crafts movement in the late 19th to early 20th century, a direct reaction to the industrial age.
Right. The Industrial Revolution had enabled the mass production of paint, making interior design elements more accessible.
But the arts and crafts movement was a direct philosophical rejection of mass production and its perceived loan of soul.
They strongly advocated for handcrafted items and emphasized earthy, natural tones to highlight the inherent beauty and authenticity of materials in interior design.
So instead of mimicking or creating grand illusions, they prefer to celebrate the honest qualities of the material itself.
This deep emphasis on craftsmanship naturally led to a strong preference for hand-painted and artisanal finishes, reflecting a renewed appreciation for authenticity, simplicity, and the beauty in the imperfections of the handmade.
The early to mid-20th century then brought two contrasting giants: Art Deco and modernism.
Art Deco, from the 20s and 30s, utilized bold colors, geometric patterns, metallic accents, using paint for sharp, distinctive design elements that evoke speed and luxury.
Modernism, on the other hand, favored simplicity, clean lines, functionality. A stripped-down aesthetic, often using paint to emphasize pure form and light rather than overt decoration.
However, what's intriguing is that faux finishes, despite modernism's starkness, experienced a surprising revival later in the century, especially during the postmodern movement.
Which ironically emphasized eclecticism, playful historical references, and a deliberate breaking of design rules. It's like the design pendulum swung back to embrace playful deception.
Throughout the 20th century, paint trends really mirrored broader societal and cultural changes, evolving from minimalist schemes to incredibly bold, experimental, even rebellious approaches.
Constantly reflecting changing design preferences and aesthetic movements, always pushing the boundaries of what a wall could be.
And this incredible trajectory brings us right up to the postmodernism to contemporary era, late 20th century to the present day.
Designers are increasingly incorporating innovative faux finish techniques, continuing the legacy of illusion, but with a critical new layer: prioritizing environmental sustainability.
Postmodern interiors, as we noted, saw that playful resurgence of historical references and eclectic styles, leading to the adoption and blending of decorative paints and finishes from various periods in imaginative new ways.
But the 21st century really emphasizes something profoundly significant, a growing and urgent focus on sustainable and eco-friendly paints.
While we're still exploring rich, textured finishes, vibrant accent walls, innovative applications like smart paints, we're now doing it with a far greater conscience. It's about beauty, performance, and planet.
It's truly fascinating how paint, from its humble beginnings as protection and aesthetic,
Right, has evolved to also carry the critical weight of environmental responsibility today.
this raises an important question for all of us. How do we balance our desired aesthetics, our need for beautiful, inspiring spaces, with our environmental impact?
And what does that mean for the future of this ancient, yet constantly reinventing material?
Okay, let's unpack this from a different angle then. What actually makes a paint at its fundamental level?
Good question. And what common traits do all these diverse finishes share, whether they're, ancient cave drawings or a sleek modern wall?
Because when we talk about the general characteristics of paints and faux finishes, we're really talking about a core set of qualities. Qualities that contribute to their function, their look, and their application.
Exactly. First and foremost is color and pigmentation. This is the most obvious yet most versatile characteristic.
Paints and faux finishes offer an incredibly wide spectrum of colors and pigments, allowing for immense versatility in design and deep customization.
This enables designers to achieve everything, from the most subtle, almost invisible hues, creating a serene backdrop,
To the boldest, most vibrant statements that can dramatically alter a space's mood and energy. It's the primary way we infuse emotion into a room.
Then there's texture and finish. This is where paint truly moves beyond just color and becomes tactile.
Both paints and faux finishes can create incredibly diverse textures and finishes. You can have smooth, glossy surfaces that reflect light beautifully.
Or heavily textured, matte appearances that absorb light, add a rough, organic feel, and create a tactile dimension.
This variability adds depth, visual interest, and profoundly enhances a space's overall ambiance and character, inviting touch as well as sight.
Next up, durability and longevity. This is absolutely critical, particularly for surfaces that experience wear and tear, daily life, environmental exposure.
Quality paints are engineered to exhibit remarkable durability and longevity, meaning they're designed to withstand the test of time and various environmental factors.
This ensures that the coatings maintain their aesthetic appeal and protective qualities, minimizing the need for frequent repainting or costly touch-ups. It's about investing in a finish that lasts.
And for anyone who's ever picked up a paintbrush, ease of application is a huge practical factor.
Definitely. Generally, paints are user-friendly and designed for relatively seamless integration into projects, even for a DIY enthusiast.
Whether you're applying by brush for details, a roller for walls, or a sprayer for large areas, these coatings offer convenience and flexibility,
Accommodating various project requirements and personal preferences. This accessibility is part of what makes paint such a popular democratic medium for transformation.
Then we have adhesion and coverage. A good paint isn't just about color, it needs to stick.
Right. It must adhere well to different surfaces and substrates. When applied properly, it should provide adequate coverage and uniformity, masking the underlying surface without streaks or unevenness.
This characteristic ensures consistent results across the entire surface, contributing to the overall quality and professional look. Think of it like a perfectly fitting glove for your wall.
And finally, versatility and compatibility. Paints and faux finishes are incredibly versatile and compatible with a wide, often surprising range of materials.
We're talking everything from traditional wood and metal to plaster, drywall, concrete, even previously painted surfaces.
This inherent versatility allows designers to explore a vast array of creative possibilities and seamlessly integrate painted finishes into incredibly diverse interior design schemes.
From stark minimalist concepts to richly ornate, layered environments, it's a truly adaptable chameleon of a material.
So to summarize these common traits, their compatibility, adhesion, durability, the sheer variety of colors and textures, their adaptability, all make them invaluable instruments.
For interior designers and anyone looking to create engaging spaces, enabling environments that are not just aesthetically pleasing and visually stimulating, but also functionally efficient and long-lasting.
Okay, this is where we get into the fundamental science of paint. The alchemy that makes that colorful liquid transform into a durable, protective coating.
Right. Understanding these core components is absolutely key to understanding why paints behave the way they do. Why one paint is perfect for a job and another might fail spectacularly.
Exactly. Paint, in its simplest form, is composed of several key components working together. It's like a finely tuned recipe to form a cohesive coating.
It truly is like a recipe, isn't it? Each ingredient playing a crucial part in the final product's performance and appearance. So, what are these essential components?
At the core, we have the binder, also known as the resin or polymer. This is arguably the most crucial component, the true glue of the paint.
Okay, the glue.
Its primary role is to hold all the pigment particles together and, critically, adhere them firmly to the surface you're painting.
Upon drying, it forms a continuous protective film, providing the paint's durability, washability, and overall longevity.
Common binders include things like acrylic, latex, alkyd, epoxy, and polyurethane resins. Each imparts distinct properties. Think of it as the paint's skeleton and skin.
Then there's the pigment. These are the finely ground solid particles that give the paint its color and opacity, its hiding power.
They're dispersed meticulously within the binder to create the desired hue and ensure uniform coverage, masking the underlying surface.
Pigments can be organic, derived from plants or synthetics, or inorganic, often mineral-based. Their selection is based on vital factors like color fastness
How true the color remains over time.
and light fastness, their ability to resist fading when exposed to light, especially UV rays.
Imagine your paint color going to the beach every day without sunscreen. Some pigments are robust, others fade quickly.
Next is the carrier, solvent, or vehicle. This is the liquid component, the transport system.
It dissolves the binder and disperses the pigment evenly, making the paint flowable and easy to apply smoothly. Brush, roller, spray.
In solvent-based paints, you'll find organic solvents like mineral spirits or turpentine, that characteristic paint smell.
Exactly. In contrast, water serves as the primary solvent in water-based paints. Easier cleanup, generally lower odor.
Once the paint is applied, the carrier evaporates, allowing the binder and pigments to form that solid film.
After that, we have additives. These are the unsung heroes, often in tiny amounts, but incredibly impactful.
They enhance specific properties or performance, fine-tuning the paint for its intended use.
This could include thickeners to prevent drips, flow agents for a smoother finish, drying agents to speed up cure time.
Anti-foaming agents to prevent bubbles, UV stabilizers to combat fading, even biocides to inhibit mold and mildew.
These additives truly improve application properties, durability, and overall paint performance, making good paint great.
We also have fillers, sometimes called extenders or inert pigments.
Right, these are finely ground solid particles, usually less expensive than primary pigments, added to improve properties and reduce costs.
They act as bulking agents, enhancing consistency, contributing to opacity, improving coverage, while using less of the expensive pigments.
Common fillers include calcium carbonate, talc, silica, clay. They help give the paint its body and a certain texture, making it spread more evenly.
And finally, the diluent. In addition to the main solvent, some paints might contain diluents or thinners.
Usually to adjust viscosity and flow, especially for spray applications or specific decorative techniques.
These help achieve that perfect application consistency and control drying characteristics, ensuring a smooth, even finish.
So it really is an intricate balance of chemistry, engineering, and artistry that goes into creating that seemingly simple can of paint.
This is where we move from the what paint is made of to the crucial which paint to use where.
Exactly. Selecting the right paint for the right job is absolutely critical for both appearance and long-term longevity.
Various types of paints are utilized in construction, interior design, furniture design to achieve different aesthetic and functional requirements. Getting this choice right makes all the difference.
Absolutely. Let's break down some specific paint types and where you typically use them. First up, the everyday hero. Latex paint, often called acrylic paint.
Your go-to water-based paint. Dries quickly, low odor, easy cleanup with water and soap.
You'll primarily see this on interior walls and ceilings. Its versatility, ease of use, quick return to service make it a favorite for residential spaces.
Then there's oil-based paint, also commonly called alkyd paint.
This offers a very durable finish, excellent adhesion, superior resistance to wear and tear.
Because of its robust nature, it's ideal for high-traffic areas, surfaces needing frequent cleaning trim, doors, cabinets.
It does take longer to dry and has a stronger odor due to solvents, but its durability often outweighs those factors for demanding applications.
And closely related is enamel paint, a specific type of oil-based paint engineered for a smooth, incredibly hard, often glossy finish.
Superior durability, perfect for surfaces needing to withstand abuse and cleaning. Metal surfaces like railings, doors, furniture, also decorative accents, trim work. You want that tough, shiny protective layer.
Moving on to shellac, a unique, natural resin-based finish from the lac insect, historically used as a protective coating.
Provides a high gloss, protective coating, primarily for wood. Also often used as a sealer or primer.
To effectively seal porous surfaces like wood or plaster before other paints or varnishes, creates a fantastic barrier against stains or knots bleeding through.
Then there's varnish, a transparent or semi-transparent finish. Its main purpose is to beautifully enhance the natural beauty of wood grain,
while also providing crucial protection against moisture, UV rays, general wear and tear.
You'll find it extensively on furniture, cabinetry, woodwork. Incredibly versatile, comes in various sheens, matte to high gloss, precise control over the final look.
And stains are specifically designed to color and enhance wood grain, letting the natural character show through with an added hue.
They also offer valuable protection against moisture and UV damage, preventing wood from drying out or fading.
Various formulations, oil-based, water-based, gel stains, applied to both interior and exterior wood surfaces, from decks to dining tables.
For heavy-duty, high-performance applications, you often turn to epoxy paint.
A durable two-part coating. Once mixed, creates an incredibly hard, chemically resistant film with excellent adhesion.
Commonly used for garage floors, industrial surfaces, outdoor applications where extreme durability, chemical resistance, and abrasion resistance are critical. It can really take a beating.
Finally, we have specialty paints, a broad and exciting category. Formulations designed for very specific applications or functions beyond color and protection.
Think chalkboard paint, turning a wall into a canvas, magnetic paint, antimicrobial paint for hospitals or kitchens.
Heat-resistant paint for fireplaces, grills, machinery. They solve particular problems or create incredibly unique effects, opening up new design possibilities.
Now, beyond the type of paint, the finish also dictates where it's best applied and how it will perform. Let's talk about these different sheens.
Starting with flat matte finish. Non-reflective, almost velvety surface, incredibly adept at concealing imperfections on walls and ceilings because it absorbs light.
Commonly used in low-traffic areas like bedrooms, living rooms, where its soft, understated appearance creates a tranquil, sophisticated atmosphere, and durability isn't the primary concern.
Then there's eggshell finish. Subtle, very soft sheen, slightly more reflective than flat matte, like an eggshell.
Offers a more durable and washable surface than flat paint, while still providing a soft, understated appearance.
Popular choice for moderate traffic areas, dining rooms, hallways, family rooms, where you need a bit more resilience and ease of cleaning.
Building on that, velvet finish. Slightly velvety texture, subtle sheen between flat and eggshell. Luxurious, soft-to-the-touch feel without being overtly shiny.
Better durability and washability than flat paint. Good choice for high-traffic areas like living rooms, hallways, bedrooms, where a little more robustness is desired without sacrificing a refined aesthetic.
Satin finish has a gentle, pearlescent sheen. Higher than eggshell, lower than semi-gloss. Enhanced durability, excellent washability.
Well suited for high-traffic areas that might see more moisture or need more frequent cleaning, busy kitchens, bustling bathrooms, children's rooms, where practicality meets a pleasing aesthetic, a workhorse finish.
Then there's semi-gloss finish. Noticeable, crisp sheen. Smooth, reflective surface, incredibly easy to clean and maintain, resisting scuffs and stains.
Excellent durability, superior moisture resistance. Ideal choice for trim, doors, cabinets in residential and commercial settings, where a cleaner, robust, easily wipeable surface is needed for high-touch areas.
For a truly striking, polished look, gloss finish. High sheen, shiny, highly reflective surface, catching the light beautifully. Exceptionally durable, very easy to clean.
Commonly used on doors, trim, furniture to create a sophisticated, almost mirror-like appearance that adds depth.
But a word of caution. Its high reflectivity means it will unforgivingly highlight any surface imperfections. Prep work is absolutely key.
And finally, the ultra-shiny high-gloss finish delivers an almost mirror-like appearance. Truly reflects light, adds significant depth, making a bold design statement.
Maximum durability, the most highly cleanable of all finishes. Ideal for furniture, cabinetry, architectural features where you desire a high-end, modern, almost lacquered aesthetic and maximum visual impact, creating a focal point.
It's also incredibly important to consider the underlying surface when choosing paint, isn't it?
Absolutely. The selection of appropriate paint products is always contingent upon the material. necessitating tailored approaches for desired results and long-term performance.
For wood, for example, you typically use products like enamel, solvent acrylics, epoxies, polyurethanes, lacquer paints. They adhere well to wood's porosity and movement.
If you're working with varnished wood, which already has a smooth, sealed surface,
Right, often slick.
your best bets are usually oil-based, lacquer, and polyurethane-based paint products, specifically designed to adhere properly to those pre-finished surfaces, ensuring your new coat doesn't just peel right off.
For metal, where adhesion and corrosion resistance are paramount.
You typically choose water-based metal paints, enamels, lacquers, solvent acrylics, epoxies, polyurethanes, formulated to bond securely to non-porous metal and provide critical protection against rust and wear.
And for porous, often alkaline concrete.
You'd want water-based, solvent acrylic, epoxy, and polyurethane-based paint products, engineered to stand up to the unique challenges of concrete surfaces, providing durable, long-lasting coverage that resists moisture and efflorescence. It's all about matching the paint's chemistry to the substrate's needs.
Now let's talk about the true art of illusion, specifically diving into the distinct categories of transparent and opaque finishes.
Yes, it's like choosing between showing off the natural beauty of a material with a subtle enhancing veil.
Or giving it a complete makeover with a brand new solid outfit. Both approaches offer incredible design power, but with very different results.
That's a perfect analogy. Transparent finishes are designed to enhance surfaces while allowing the natural character wood grain, stone variations to show through.
They add color or protection without obscuring the original beauty, working with the material's innate qualities.
First among these are wood stains. A wood stain enhances the appearance by adding color, but crucially, still lets that beautiful natural grain and texture show through.
Like tinting a window rather than painting it solid?
And wood stains come in different types, categorized by their base solvent, each with unique properties. Water-based wood stains use water as the primary solvent.
Fast drying, low odor, easy cleanup with water. Popular for interior projects where quick turnaround and minimal fumes are desired, like Varathane Premium Fast Dry Wood Stain.
Then there are oil-based wood stains, using mineral spirits or petroleum-based solvents. They offer deeper penetration into the wood fibers, often resulting in richer, more saturated color tones.
They also provide a longer working time, which can be incredibly helpful for larger projects, like Minwax Wood Finish Penetrating Stain, a classic many know.
And finally, alcohol-based wood stains. Using alcohol as their primary solvent, they dry incredibly quickly, often within minutes.
This rapid drying makes them ideal for specialized techniques like shading, blending, layering, where speed is an advantage, though may be challenging for beginners. Bell & Solarlux NGR Dye Stain is an example favored by furniture makers.
Next up for transparent finishes is shellac, a truly unique natural resinous secretion from the lac insect, a fascinating product of nature's alchemy.
Widely used as a wood finish or a primer. Provides a glossy, protective coating, excellent for sealing wood, blocking knots, providing a vintage, warm tone, like Zinsser Bullseye Shellac.
Then we have varnish, a clearer transparent coating, various sheens applied to wood or other surfaces. Purpose is twofold. Enhance appearance, provide robust protection against moisture, UV rays, wear.
Minwax Helmsman Spar Urethane is a common one, often seen on outdoor furniture for weather resistance, but equally effective indoors.
And finally, under transparent finishes is lacquer, a clear or colored coating from shellac, synthetic resins, or natural substances, applied to wood, metal, etc., to create an incredibly smooth, durable, often highly glossy finish that dries very quickly.
Rust-Oleum lacquer spray paint is an example you might find locally, often used for a fast, professional-looking finish on small projects or furniture.
Now, shifting dramatically to opaque finishes. These are designed to completely cover the underlying surface, providing a solid, uniform color and a completely new visual identity.
They are about transformation rather than enhancement, creating a fresh canvas.
Right. So first we have latex or acrylic paint, which we touched on earlier, water-based, durable, widely used opaque finish, almost limitless colors, used extensively on walls, ceilings, woodwork, defining spaces with specific palettes.
Then there's oil-based paint, also known as alkyd. As we discussed, excellent adhesion and durability. Smooth, often glossy, opaque finish.
Frequently used for trim, doors, cabinets where a hard, solid, durable color is desired that withstands heavy use and cleaning. Long-lasting, resilient surface.
Enamel paint is another opaque option related to oil-based, known for forming an exceptionally hard, typically glossy finish. Highly durable, resistant to moisture and impact.
Particularly suitable for metal surfaces like appliances, outdoor furniture, high-traffic doors. Provides a tough, new surface that protects and beautifies.
For a very specific rustic or vintage aesthetic, there's chalk paint. Decorative paint with a distinctive matte, chalky finish. Fantastic for creating a distressed or vintage look.
Its superpower is its ability to adhere remarkably well to various surfaces, wood, metal, plastic, without needing extensive prep like sanding or priming. Incredibly popular for furniture refinishing, that aged, shabby chic aesthetic.
And finally, milk paint. A traditional paint from natural ingredients. Milk protein, casein, lime, earth pigments. Provides a beautiful, soft, ultra-matte finish with subtle color variations.
Creates an authentic, slightly uneven, beautifully aged look, commonly used for a truly rustic or antique appearance on furniture and wood, often chip distressed for an even older feel, an authentic old-world look.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. What happens when things go wrong? Common paint defects.
Ah, yes. Understanding these common issues and their causes is absolutely essential for prevention and effective remediation in any painting project.
It's not just about looking good, it's about lasting, right?
Exactly. The occurrence of paint defects can significantly impact appearance and integrity, posing challenges for aesthetics and long-term durability. Ignoring them can lead to bigger problems.
So, what are some of the most common and frustrating defects we should know about? And crucially, how do they happen?
First, we have fading. We've all seen it. That gradual loss of color intensity or vibrancy, making a once vibrant wall look dull or washed out.
Usually caused by sunlight.
Primarily prolonged exposure to UV radiation from sunlight, which breaks down pigments. Also environmental pollutants or even harsh cleaning chemicals. It's a microscopic battle.
Next is alligatoring. That distinctive, almost reptilian pattern of cracking resembling alligator scales or dried mud.
It usually occurs when a top coat dries and contracts at a significantly different rate than underlying layers, leading to stress and interconnected cracks, often a sign of incompatibility between layers or applying a hard top coat over a softer base.
Peeling is a common and very visible one. Very frustrating. When the paint film loses adhesion and sections lift, bubble, or detach entirely.
Can result from inadequate surface prep dirt, grease, old peeling paint not removed, or critically, moisture infiltration from behind the wall, or using incompatible coatings that don't bond well, the paint losing its grip.
And then there's blistering, formation of those annoying bubbles or raised blisters in the paint film looking like small pustules.
Typically caused by moisture vapor trapped beneath the surface. Can occur due to improper surface prep, moisture infiltration from leaks, or even painting in very high humidity. Trapped moisture turns to vapor, pushing the paint film up.
Bleeding occurs when pigments or contaminants from the substrate mysteriously migrate through the new paint film, causing discoloration or staining on the fresh surface.
Can result from inadequate priming, especially over knots in wood, tannins, rust spots, or certain old stains. Using incompatible coatings allows hidden problems to show through. An ugly surprise.
Another one is chalking, that formation of a fine, powdery residue on the paint surface that comes off on your hand.
Often caused by the degradation of the paint binder itself due to prolonged exposure to elements or excessive weathering. Results in a dusty or chalky appearance. Common in exterior paints exposed to sunlight where the binder slowly breaks down, releasing pigment particles.
Then we have sagging, also known as curtaining or runs.
When a surface is painted too thickly, or a heavy coat is applied, the wet film may run downwards under gravity, forming thick sags or noticeable curtains before drying uniformly, like a melted candle.
And blooming, a defect caused by improper ventilation during drying, rapid temperature changes, or defective paint. Dull, hazy, or cloudy patches form, obscuring the intended sheen, like fog on your wall.
Wrinkling occurs when a thick layer is applied, or subsequent coats too soon. The surface dries too quickly, forming a skin, while the underlying paint remains wet and shrinks, causing ripples or crawls.
Preventable by allowing each undercoat to dry completely before the next coat, ensuring even curing.
And finally, saponification. A fascinating chemical defect. Occurred when the surface is exposed to certain chemicals, particularly alkalis common in fresh concrete or masonry.
Soap-like patches form as the binder reacts chemically with the alkaline substrate. The paint film can then actually peel off, a severe chemical breakdown. Speaks to material incompatibility.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, where creativity and cunning combine, the techniques that create stunning illusions.
Ah, yes, common faux paint finishes, the sophisticated art of disguise and imitation, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary, simply with paint and skill.
Faux finishes offer a designer an unparalleled ability to replicate the luxurious look of costly, rare, or difficult materials using relatively simple techniques, expanding possibilities without the usual budget constraints. It allows for an incredible amount of design freedom, turning almost any surface into a work of art.
First up is faux wood grain. Brilliantly mimics natural wood grain on plain walls, inexpensive furniture, bland trim.
Involves layering different shades of paint browns, ochres, siennas, lows, then using specialized tools like brushes, combs, or rubber graining tools. Dragging through wet paint creates knots, lines, patterns, making it incredibly convincing.
Amazing how a flat surface can suddenly look like polished oak or rustic pine.
Then there's faux marble, often called scagliola in its more elaborate forms. Masterfully replicates the elegant, veined look of natural marble on countertops, columns, fireplace surrounds.
Involves layering various colors, whites, grays, subtle earth tones using specialized tools or brushes, glazing liquids to create distinctive veining and texture. A delicate dance of color and translucence for that luxurious look.
And we also have faux stone. Simulates the rough texture and organic appearance of natural stone granite, travertine, limestone on walls, or architectural elements.
Techniques include sponging, ragging, stippling, dry brushing layers of paint to build up colors and create depth. Artists use multiple colors, textural additives to make it feel like real stone, adding natural strength.
Faux Venetian plaster is inspired by traditional Italian plasterwork. Creates a smooth, polished finish with the subtle appearance of aged or weathered plaster, often with a soft, natural sheen.
Involves applying multiple thin layers of tinted plaster or glaze, then using trowels or spatulas to compress and burnish the surface. Creates subtle variations in texture and color, incredible depth, old-world charm.
Next is faux metallic. Breathtaking technique replicating opulent metals, shimmering gold, sleek silver, warm bronze, weathered copper on walls, ceilings, furniture.
Techniques include applying metallic paint or metallic leafing, gold leaf, silver leaf, then often distressing or antiquing the surface to enhance depth and patina, making it look genuinely aged and rich. Can include elaborate gilding and silver leafing for true opulence.
Another fascinating one is faux brick or stone. Creates the convincing appearance of exposed brick or natural cut stone on interior or exterior surfaces, adding rustic charm or industrial chic instantly.
Involves using stencils or freehand techniques to apply layers of paint or textured plaster, followed by meticulous shading and detailing for a realistic effect. Artists add mortar lines, color variations to mimic aged masonry. Hard to tell the difference.
And finally, faux leather. Replicates the unique texture and appearance of various leathers, supple aged hides, cracked antique leather on walls or furniture.
Technique involves layering paint or glaze, often using tools like rags, sponges, crinkled paper to create cracked, creased, or distressed appearance. Additional detailing or shading for hyper-realism, making a flat surface feel richly textured and warm. Amazing what artists can do.
The purpose of paints and faux finishes has truly evolved over time, reflecting human needs and desires.
Initially, paint was primarily about practical protection against elements and preservation.
But as societies progressed and aesthetic sensibilities refined, paint quickly transformed into a powerful tool for artistic expression and interior decoration, moving beyond mere function.
And faux finishes serve that clever dual purpose: aesthetic enhancement, making spaces feel luxurious,
but also providing a brilliant, cost-effective imitation of expensive natural materials, democratizing a sense of grandeur.
This brings us to a crucial contemporary consideration: sustainability. As our understanding evolved, so did our responsibility. How do we balance aesthetics with environmental impact?
Issues of sustainability have gained significant prominence. We know traditional paints often contain volatile organic compounds, VOCs, harmful to the environment and health, contributing to air pollution, indoor air quality issues.
Thankfully, modern advancements led to rapid development of innovative low VOC and even zero VOC paints, with a strong emphasis on eco-friendly alternatives.
These new formulations are less harmful during production and application, healthier for us in our homes. A welcome shift towards ensuring beautiful spaces don't come at an undue cost to our planet or well-being. Conscious consumption and design.
So, if you're feeling inspired to tackle a painting project after all this, a small piece or an accent wall, how do you actually figure out how much paint you'll need?
Right, this isn't just theory, it's incredibly practical. Avoiding that mid-project scramble back to the store.
You don't want to run out halfway through.
Exactly. The consumption can be computed quite accurately. First, calculate the surface area. Measure every surface: walls, ceilings, trim. Length times height for total area. Subtract large windows or doors.
Then, determine the paint coverage. Crucial info usually on the paint can label: manufacturer's recommended coverage rate per gallon or liter for a single coat, your baseline efficiency metric.
Once you have those numbers, calculate the initial paint needed. Divide total surface area by the coverage rate. Gives you the initial amount for one coat. Always round up to the nearest whole number. Running out is worse than having extra.
But don't stop there. Adjust for multiple coats. Most projects need more than one coat for good coverage, deep color, durability. Multiply your initial quantity by the number of coats needed. 2 coats. Double the amount.
And finally, a very wise tip. Consider waste and touch-ups. There's always some loss to spills, brush cleaning, drips. Plus, you'll want leftover for future touch-ups.
Good point.
Add a buffer, typically 10–20% extra to account for these factors. This small buffer saves a frustrating last-minute trip, potentially for a different batch, which could cause color inconsistencies.
Following these steps helps accurately compute paint needed, ensuring sufficient paint for satisfactory coverage, consistent color, and avoiding running out halfway through. Planning leads to painting bliss.
While we've covered the science and history, practical application means knowing where to source quality products. The market is incredibly diverse, locally and internationally.
Just to give a sense, if you're in the Philippines, prominent brands include Boyson Paints, Davies Paints, Nippon Paint, Sequin Coating and Wires, among others like Noten, United Paints, Harris Paints, Bosny, Dunn Edwards Philippines.
And for those in the U.S., widely recognized brands include giants like Sherwin-Williams, Behr at Home Depot, Benjamin Moore, known for premium quality, PPG Paints.
Also Dunn Edwards, Glidden, Valspar, Faro and Ball, distinctive high-end colors, Rust-Oleum, protective coatings, sprays, Kelly Moore Paints.
And just a quick but important note, this is by no means exhaustive. Many other reputable suppliers exist globally, each with specialties and palettes. Research is key for your specific project.
So what does this all mean after our deep dive? We've journeyed from ancient cave paintings, simple pigments for protection and storytelling,
to modern eco-conscious formulations for beauty and sustainability. What stands out is that paints and faux finishes are, and always have been, indispensable tools.
For designers, artists, anyone looking to transform a space, offering an almost limitless spectrum of possibilities for shaping our environments.
Indeed. While paint brings color, durability, texture, faux finishes provide that clever, cost-effective means for luxurious aesthetics, transporting us elsewhere with a brushstroke.
And with the growing emphasis on eco-friendly options, these elements increasingly contribute to sustainability, a blend of aesthetics, functionality, and environmental consciousness.
The historical trajectory reflects their dynamic role, always adapting to human needs and tech advancements. From raw pigments to sophisticated eco-friendly formulations, each era leaves its mark.
So the next time you look at a painted wall or admire a stunning faux finish, what new questions will you ask?
Perhaps you'll consider the centuries of history in that color, the complex chemistry, the conscious choice of sustainability.
How might a deeper appreciation influence the spaces you create or inhabit, knowing the full story behind that magical elixir?
Acknowledging these roots and embracing sustainable practices ensures paints and faux finishes remain an enduring, responsible, enchanting aspect of interior design, continuing to breathe life into the built environment for generations.
We encourage you to observe the world around you with these insights, spotting a faux finish, identifying a defect and its cause, or simply appreciating the artistry and science behind that simple coat of paint.
You'll truly start to see how paint breathes life into the built environment in ways you never imagined.